Good afternoon, this is Stuart Davidson here, your friendly QS, and as you know, I've got a particular interest in project cash flow in construction and development, payments, how we pass payments down the line through a supply chain. I've spoken about it a lot, and I've been searching to see if there's any software out there, either blockchain software or something might help us to transparently track cash throughout the supply chain. And not only through the supply chain, but across a number of different projects, because that can be a problem as well. The cash flow between projects ends up being an operational cash flow issue with businesses, contractors, subcontractors, and then there's the operational cash flow and the project cash flow. So one affects the other quite often, and if there's a slowdown in cash, there's a problem on a particular project that can slow down cash on other projects. Now just bear with me, I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee. Great. So I've been looking around to see if there's a product. Now I have found a product that I think could help us, and I really think this might be a bit of a game changer actually. And this product's called Transfer, and I'm kind of gauging a bit of interest to see if you'd be interested in doing a deeper dive. And if there are people that want to do a deeper dive into the system, in the product, I'll do a webinar, and I'll set a webinar up for maybe next week. But basically, what the product does, it tracks the cash and it links up the bank, the lender, the developer, the contractor, and all the subcontractors. And what happens is everybody runs their contracts in the same way. They do their interim valuations, they do their certificates, etc. But then instead of passing cash down the system and down the line, what they do is they pass a promise, or I suppose in blockchain terms, they pass on the digital token, or they pass on a digital payment obligation. So that obligation or promise is passed down the line, and then whoever's received the promise, i.e. you've received a promise, you get paid direct from the funding source. Now that might be a project bank account with a developer, or it might be the lender or the bank itself. So it passing that payment down the line, which means that the payments can actually be paid to the tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 suppliers when that product is ready or when it's needed. And what that means is that you can transparently track. Now within this project, I haven't said, but you get a dashboard. So the whole supply chain is set up on the product, and you get a dashboard and you can see where the cash is, where the promises are in the system. And this is digitally linked to the payment mechanism. So once that promise is received and approved, then the payment can automatically be issued. Or just automatic, so it doesn't need all the admin of what we got at the moment. So we'll have the admin of the developer, we'll have the contractor's admin, the subcontractor's admin, supplier's admin, and they'll all be doing their own review of payments and release of payments and payment runs. And you can imagine through a complex supply chain that gets quite onerous, and that slows down payments, and hence in contracts, as we go down the line, the contract payment terms get longer and longer and longer and longer and longer. But with this system, you don't need all of that. It's absolutely automatic. Receive the promise, get paid. Receive the promise, get paid. Receive the blockchain token, get paid. So it's a transparent system, and everybody in the supply chain gets access to it. And I think it's great because from a quantity surveillance point of view, I've seen it demonstrated, this system. It's been used in banking, the car industry and pharmaceuticals to track cash in supply chains, but not so much, not really in the construction industry. And I think this will make a big difference. So lots of advantages, particularly if you're QS like me. I can actually see from the system, I can see the health of the project just by seeing where the cash is. So where the cash is in the system, and I can see if it's flowing the way it should do, as fast as it should do. Is it at the stage where it should be? And if it's not, then I'll know that maybe there's a problem somewhere. Something's been held up. I can get on the telephone, I can inquire as to what the issue is, not by going to site or seeing the progress of the work, but seeing the progress of the cash on the dashboard. So that's really interesting, and as a QS, it would be, wouldn't it? Because of course, our job is to make sure that there's not any fundamental problems with cash and people not getting paid when they should get paid, or even if there's the issue is we've got a low working capital issue in construction, and this alleviates, in my view, this product will alleviate all of that. It alleviates the problems we have with low profit margins. So lots of advantages. I think it could be a game changer. It means that the developer will see that the cash is still in his project, because what happens quite often is the developer will pay the contractors or suppliers into their bank account. That's an operational bank account. That means that there's other demands on that money other than the project, and sometimes that money, and we all know it happens, goes outside the project to cover cash flow on other projects, dare I say, but we all know it happens. So what this system does, it ensures that the cash stays in the project. We can see where the cash is. We haven't got to rob Peter to pay Paul across different projects. We know the cash is going to flow nice and quickly, and the faster cash flows, the more wealth is created at the end of the day for everyone in a microeconomy in the project, but also in the wider economy. So I think it's a great product. I've been looking around for ages to find something that we could use in construction that would help us and link the banks, the developers, the subcontractors, contractors. And also, interestingly, I think it addresses the issue, the new amendment to JCT looks at aligning interim valuations throughout the supply chain on the same day. So this system, I think, can help with that, to help manage that process so that payments can be in time because I can see that it's going to be quite an administrative issue, really, trying to line up the whole supply chain interim valuations. But I think this product, it's called Transfer. I think this gives you an opportunity to see the whole of the supply chain, to line up the valuation dates, line up the payment dates, and even improve on that, really, even improve on the government's fair payment charter. I think we can improve on that using the right technology. So if you're interested in this product, this Transfer product, that maybe you could be interested in use it on your product, on your project even, I'm happy to do a webinar to show you the system, to take a deeper dive into it and have a look to see how it might be advantage to the to the industry or to your business. So we're looking to trial it in the construction industry. It is a product that's out there. It's being used in other industries, but be interested to trial it in construction. And we're looking for some case studies as well. So if you're interested, just put a yes in the comments below if you'd be interested in me setting up a webinar, maybe next week or the week after, and take a deeper dive into it. So I hope that's been useful or whetted your appetite a little bit. It's nice and simple. It's already established. It is a product that can be used, but just needs to be taken up by the industry. So quite looking forward to receiving comments on it to see what can be tweaked, what would work, what might not work so well. Put a comment in below. Tell me yes if you think a deeper dive and a webinar into this product would be of use to you. And I'll set that up. So this is Stuart Davidson, your friendly QS, saying bye for now and see you in the next video.